Okay, welcome back to our part 2 of using a biga and making a pizza dough from scratch. So, this is our biga. It's been 2 days sitting in the fridge. We've taken it out and we've let it sit out now for just a couple hours. That way, kind of get up to room temperature, and you're going to see why that's also important. First step is we're going to take a half a liter of water, and you know, using good water, using filtered water really does make a difference. So we're going to measure out 500 grams, which is a half a liter. Almost there. There we go. Then we're going to just take our biga. Okay, take our biga out of this bowl, and we are going to move it into our mixing bowl. Right. And now it's kind of clumped together, which is normal. Remember, it's a dough that's growing. Yeast is growing and eating. And so we get it all in there. Scrape the sides real good. Right. And we have that in here. Excellent. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put it in the mixer. First thing, and the point of this is to make this it's going to start to look like milk, okay? So we're going to let this go ahead and mix for about 10 minutes. So you can just kind of walk away and let it mix for about 10 minutes, and we'll come back and you'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we are back. It's been about 10 minutes. It's mixed up here really good. And as you can see, it gets really frothy and creamy and kind of starts to look like milk. So basically, we're breaking down that biga into this mixture, and it becomes kind of a soft, liquidy kind of deal here. All right, in this bowl right here, I have measured 750 grams of 00 Caputo flour, pizza flour. Okay, with 30 grams of salt, and really all you gotta do is just pour it in and mix. So as this mixes, let me talk to you just a little bit about what happens next. So once this actually becomes a dough, what you can do is you can cover the mixer and let it sit for an hour or two, and kind of let the dough start to proof. Okay, then you can bring it to the table and you can ball it, and you want to let it sit out another 4 hours, and it's really optimal to use. So that would be if you're gonna use it that day. It really needs about 6 hours of time to develop enough flavor and proof. Another way you can do it is you can mix up the dough. I encourage you to let it sit out for a little while, hour, 2 hours if you can. Then you can take it, spray some, not spray some, but rub some olive oil on top of the dough, place some plastic wrap right on top of it, and then cover that whole bowl with more plastic wrap. Throw it in the walk-in, and go ahead and let it cold proof overnight, which is also okay. Then you can pull out the next day. You could ball it, let your balls sit out. By the time you get ready to start serving, your dough balls will just be perfect, ready to go. The excess you can keep in the fridge, pull out as you need, kind of let it temper out maybe 30 minutes ahead before you're going to start rolling out dough balls. It just makes your life a little bit easier. But if you've worked in pizza before, you really do understand how all that can work and be managed. This dough is great because it can hold up to 5 days, 7 days. It's really unbelievable, and the flavor only gets better as you go. So I would say to you, just let this mix, let the mixer do all the kneading for you. You can see how the dough comes together. It is a wet dough because it is a high hydration dough, okay? So I like to mix this a good 10 minutes or so, just kind of walk away. And then, like I said, it can sit out for 2 hours. You know, just in bulk. Then you can scale it, ball it, let it sit out another 4 hours, ready to use that day. Or take the whole thing after an hour or two, throw it in the walk-in, cover it really good, make sure you put that plastic wrap with some olive oil on top of it, touching, that way you don't get the crust on top of your dough, and let it just proof overnight. Is it gonna go and grow out of your bowl? It's gonna proof a little bit, so do leave a little bit of room in your you know, a little bit of room to grow. It's not gonna grow huge. There's not a lot of yeast in here, okay? Most of that spring that you get is because it's a high hydration dough when it hits that hot oven. And this is really a dough that's perfect for that 1,000-degree oven. So if you have a wood-fired pizza oven, this is the kind of dough that you want. Will it work in a convection oven? It will, absolutely. So I hope that kind of helps with the process and helps you kind of understand that. And this answers some of your questions. If not, you know how to get a hold of me. Call Cisco. Thanks.